very fair city in Europe, Bangalore. You are welcome to Bangalore. So just I am going to brief you about Bangalore city. So Bangalore is the capital of Karnataka state. So there are 28 different states. Among them Karnataka is also one of the states, and the 6 union territories. Bangalore is the capital of the state. The history of Bangalore, which goes back to 3 BC, we got a written record, authentic written record only from 11th century. So one Mr. Kempe Gowda was the founder and designer of Bangalore in 1535. So 1535, he made 4 city limits and watchtowers. The city is not supposed to extend beyond that limit in future days. But now the city is extended beyond that limit, 875 square kilometers area, 5th largest city in India, both in the population as well as in the area. You know, first biggest city in India is Mumbai, second Delhi, third Calcutta, fourth Chennai, and 5th one is Bangalore. So the population of Bangalore is 9 million, the whole state of Karnataka is 75 million. So this is one of the fastest growing city in India, 7th fastest growing city in the world. So Bangalore is a big industrial center and also commercial center. We have many industries like aeronautical, electronical, telephone, watches, scooters, bulldozers, cars, and also it is a hub of IT industry. There are cars. Yeah, it's Innova. Innova. So yeah, that's right. Yeah. So and also the commercial center. So there are 2,400 software companies officially. Out of that, 95 are the international companies. So IT companies, IT industries started first in India is in Bangalore, 1983. Just a small level Infosys, then it is Volkswagen. So the tourist point of view, the whole state of Karnataka is a theatre of inspiration. Whatever the tourist wants, we can offer, except the snow we do not have. Otherwise, we have got everything. So we have the ancient monuments, which goes back to 4th century to till recent years, wildlife, pilgrimage center, historical places, palaces, museums, beaches, wildlife, adventurous tourism, Islamic architecture, as well as Christian architecture. And the Bangalore, of course, the garden city of India. City is full of gardens, parks and avenues. From this month to till end of July, many trees are blossoming with different flowers, like acacia, jacaranda, Davidia, flamea, Agastromia, plumeria, etc. This is only a place in India, at least you can see every month minimum 2 different trees are blossoming with different flowers. And before independence, this part, Bangalore, it was a summer headquarters for the British Raj, because the altitude of Bangalore is 1000 meters above the sea level. Now is the summer, the maximum temperature is 35 degrees centigrade, minimum between 14 to 19. During monsoon, the maximum temperature is 26 degrees centigrade, minimum between 12 to 16. What is monsoon? Monsoon, there are 2 monsoons around India. One is the southwest monsoon, which begins from June to end of September. And the northeast monsoon, it starts from November to till end of December. It may come, may not, on the west part of Karnataka, only the southeast part of Karnataka and north. So the whole state of Karnataka is divided into 4 regions. It's called the 200,000 square kilometers area, divided into 4 regions. When you go to the eastern part of Karnataka, the most of the land is very fertile, dry land, where they grow a lot of millet. When you go to the south part of Karnataka, the most of the land is under irrigation, they grow rice and sugarcane. And northern part of Karnataka, we call Deccan, black soil, plain land, where we grow a lot of cotton, mainly Indian cotton come from this area. And the west part of Karnataka, the land ranges from the sea level to up to 2,100 meters above the sea level, where we grow a lot of coffee and spices, mainly Indian coffee come from this area. And the Karnataka was ruled by several Maharajas, dynasties, right from 4th century to till recent years. They were great patron in all respects. They built number of temples and palaces. The most of the temples and palaces were destroyed by the Muslims during the 14th century as well as 16th century. Rashtrakuta, Chalukya, Vaisala, Vijayanagar, and the Wadiyar. These are the 5 major dynastic kings. They ruled in Karnataka from the 4th century to till independence. And this is one of the prosperous states in India. We do have a gold mines, copper, silver, precious stone, semi-precious stone mines in this area. 99% of Indian still come from this area. So this is a brief history about Bangalore as well as Karnataka, because we do speak Kannada, so that we are calling Karnataka state. There are 22 different official languages all in India, 1,645 written dialects. So 6,400 dialects, 6,350 subcastes, 6 religions, 6 ethnic groups. So India is not a country, it is a big subcontinent with a continental character. And 40% of the total land is under irrigation here, 85% of the total population is literacy, and poverty is very less here compared to other states. And 15% of the total population are Muslims, 5% Christians, and the rest of the people are Hindu. The most of the Hindu people are strictly vegetarian. So first we are going to visit the oldest temple here, the Bull temple. The bull is the transport of Shiva. We have different god and goddesses, I think you know. So Shiva, there are thousands of god and goddesses, but if you remember 3 major god and goddesses and transport. The Brahma is the creator, he created the whole universe. From his divine power, he created the whole thing. First he created the female aspect, Saraswati, the wife of Brahma, and the Lakshmi, she is the wife of Vishnu. Vishnu is the god of preserver. So Lakshmi, she is the wealth goddess, she is the wife of Vishnu, and Shiva is the god of destruction of evil. His wife is Parvati, she is also a goddess of destruction of evil. There are 2 sects in India. Those who follow Shiva we call Shaiva, and those who follow Vishnu we call Vaishnava. They are putting the sacred border on their forehead. The horizontal line is the Shiva, vertical line is the Vishnu. Because we do not pray Brahma in the sanctum of the temple. Brahma is the creator. From his divine power he created the female aspect. For the reproduction he enjoyed his own creation. According to our Hindu philosopher, creator is nothing but a father. He married his own creation. Then we decided not to pray Brahma in the sanctum of the temple. However, if they wish to pray Brahma, only you can see the image of Brahma on the temple wall. There is only one Brahma temple in India. Thousands of temples. Every house we have a small shrine, but Brahma temple. Only you can see the image of Brahma on the wall.